Hey everyone, I'm Clue. Let's start off by getting back our little friend here, our training dummy. So we're on to the final section, so I've gone ahead and left the Nexus, it's fine. So we just need to unlock the 4 different varieties or obelisks, I don't know what to call them. I'm sure some of you are creative enough to think up a good term. Oh, there's the wrong one, I meant to grab the Nether Star. And swap it with the Elytra, not the Totem. Okay, so Overworld, Nether, and Ocean. I said ocean. Perfect. Okay, so we can craft the final 5 spells. So, grab out our... That is not the right book. Now we have to start from scratch. So, you want a book. Not that book. A feather. And a glow ink sac. There we go. We can craft ourselves a spell tome. Perfect. Okay, and then our mending. This unlocks the final incantation type, which is fixed. So fixed automatically targets the entities nearby. So it's probably the best in terms of PvE, probably PvP too. Granted, it'll probably... I don't think it targets you actually. I think it's greater than 1 block, but it does also have a limited range, so you can't hit stuff that's super far away. But we've got our 5 different spell types. So Death, Sulfur, Spectral, Sound, and Pure. Go ahead and craft enough, or I should say duplicate enough books to craft them all. Wait for the sound, craft the next one. Okay, so these... well, they're not all pretty cool. I would say Spectral is definitely one of the cooler ones. Sulfur, yeah, we'll put that on like the lower end. Death can go on the higher end. Pure, I do like as well. And then Sound. Okay, that'll do. Sound will be much better if you're with a opponent. I mean, we'll probably hear it anyway. Grab out our Lapis, stick it on our hotbar. Okay, so first up we have Sulfur. So, if we shift, start to cast, we get our rings, our particle effects. We get to 1,000. And we cast. So, for the most part, Sulfur is just a stronger variety of the fire. Nothing too spectacular about it, other than the fact that it gives a higher level of our status effects. And it's also a bit quicker to cast. But now we'll get to the funner stuff. Sound. I think I'm close enough that I'll hear it too. Yeah. And I'm 3 blocks away. So, imagine if you're the one getting hit. Loud and annoying, just a bombardment of sound. Again, if you look at the training dummy's health, it's got 1,000 HP. So each of those little bars is about 100. So this is probably doing about 10 to 15 damage a cast. Pretty decent. And then what else? We've got Pure and Death. So we'll do Death first, because then it makes it a bit easier to showcase what Pure does. We cast. Got some souls. And... very slow. As you can see, it does a substantial amount of damage at a slow cast time. Pretty neat. Let's cast again. Really sink in his HP so we can show off what Pure does. Although he'll probably regen fairly quickly, so I'll try and cast before he does, because I do have him automated to regen after X time. But so if we cast Pure, he gets healed. Pretty neat. So we've got a high damage spell and a high healing spell, but of course, to make it symbolic, I guess, Pure obviously will deal a lot of damage to husks or undead. In fact, I can just spawn a few to showcase it. We'll cast. Yeah, they can beat on him. They'll be done for pretty soon anyway. Plus, we can show up the healing symbol. Yep, but in contrary to that, Death will not. Death will actually heal any of the undead mobs, just to balance the two out. And lastly, we have Spectral, which is also a neat one to show up with some extra entities. If we go ahead and cast Spectral. Ooh. So it summons a bunch of invisible but glowing iron golems to wail on anything nearby, sort of like knockback. Just a good way to deal with huge clusters of enemies, and then once their job is done, they disappear. So just a short burst of summons in theme with Spectral. But yeah, so that's all 25 different spells and all 5 casting types. But of course, you know, where's the fun if you can't combine them and create all these unique things? So I do have a better spell time. So if you take your basic spell time and a Shard of Power, which I haven't quite gone over crafting yet, it's pretty convoluted, and we'll get there one day. But it's like the main resource of this little hub that I'm building. So if you take your spell tome and your Shard of Power, take it to your Nexus, you can go ahead and upgrade your basic spell tome into an advanced spell tome. So this means that I can now add 3 different components to this. I can add, 1 casting type and 2 different charms, or I could add 1 charm and 2 casting types, and I can just make a whole bunch of different combinations, all through the different charms, and of course the different incantations. Ooh, so there's a lot to explore, and a lot that I haven't even seen. So, if there's something you want to see, why don't you let me know? So we've got 5 different incantations. Fixed targets the entity. Self targets you. Domain is an AoE burst around you. Burst is a cone in front of you. And direct is a long form projectile. Then of course we have our 25 charms. Poison, Earth, Bolt, Impact, Dark, Water, Eldritch, Heal, Mend, Void, Lock, Gravity, Terraform, Chaos, Hemorrhage, Siphon, Fire, Frost, Occult, Cleansing, Pure, Death, Sulfur, and Sound Spectral. So if there's a combination you want to see, let me know, and I'll do a quick look at it. Otherwise, there's way too many for me to go through, because if you already do the math, it's what, 5 times 25 times 24. I can tell you that's a big number and a lot of videos if I were to go through each combination. So if you're interested in one specific, let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.